Guys, it's Dag, and it is Tataru Tuesday, which translates to the fact that I am on Eorzea, and I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. For those of you who haven't seen my stream before, I am a leveling person. I've got a monk at level 53, and he is the highest level character that I've ever had in Final Fantasy XIV. Even though I've been playing for a couple of years this game, this particular character is the highest I've got. I am somewhere between... I'm in patch 2.55, which translates to the fact that there was this big gap between the original Final Fantasy XIV game and the first expansion that came out, Dawn Trail. Heavensward. And so I'm trying to finish that content. I am gated currently behind the very first big raid in the game. And so that's what I am planning on trying to get accomplished today. So I am going to see if I can't get this going and see how long I have to like jabber on and put you guys to sleep today. I've got to do a duty, and let's see, duty finder, and this is the first big raid I've had, so we're gonna have to see what I can get done here. That stuff I've already taken care of. There it is. All right. I did go and take a look at YouTube. I saw a couple of different walkthroughs, one of them at the speed of sound. And I'm going, what did he just say? Don't stand and witch? And it's like, oh God, oh man. So anyway, we'll see how I do, because a lot of the content, it looked like people were taking it from the perspective that they were casters. And I'm a melee character on a monk, so it's kind of like, okay, this ought to be interesting. I'm going to have to follow the tank around and be on the opposite side of whatever the bosses are. And don't stand in the shit. That's all I know. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. Oh, here we go. Yay. I got 43 seconds. So let's go ahead and do this, and we shall see how it goes. Woohoo. I can finally stop talking. Yay. I won't ever stop talking. You're screwed that way. Oh, we got 4 more people. We got 1 more. Here we go. Yes. Okay. It's Dag's first stream, or first raid. Let's see how this goes. And I hope I can remember all of the different stuff that they mentioned. Because it's like, yeah, you gotta do this. And I'm sure they all know, it's like, okay, there's this sprout in here. We're going to have to wait for him. All right. Damn, all over. Okay, so which group am I in? It's a full party, but it doesn't say how many groups. Okay, Alliance A. I don't know who's in A. I'm in B. Okay, good. All right. That part I figured out. Where is B? I guess we're going left first, which is what I recall. That's the right way to do it. Everyone's like running. I guess I better sprint, huh? All right. Okay, hopefully this guy waits until we're in here. Where does B go? Sealed off in 15 seconds. So this guy is like, he is serious. Pools of folly. Okay, stack. I can't even see what I'm hitting. It's like, why even bother? Oh, out of that. Move over to the green. Okay, looks like we got that taken care of. Now we move into the next area? Okay. I'll just kill shit until someone tells me to stop hitting. Gotta get closer. Alright, where are they going? Sprint! Alright. Alright, Pools of Oblivion, and on we go. Can't sprint anymore. Path of Decay. Luckily I'm not decaying. Okay, a bunch of green boxes. Need to stand on the green. Trying to get to the green. Go to the side. Okay. I can't hit the guy from here. He's too far away. Now maybe I can. Still not. Oh! Well, shit. So I have no idea whether they're... all the healers died. Oops. Now, I'm used to that kind of shit happening with World of Warcraft, but I don't know what this story is. I'll wait. We'll see if they res me or not. Accept. Oh, did I die again? No, come on. How about a heal? Oh, we got these, at least I'm on the right end of things. Okay. B. Treasure coffer B, that's me. Nope, and no. Pass and pass, okay. Where did they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they all go? Where'd you fuckers go? Oh, there it is, shortcut. Crap. And of course they're like... Can I sprint? Yes. And I can't get in. Assholes. Alright, there we go. Hopefully I can get in on this fight. Where's B? Am I in the right area or not? I have no idea where B is, but hopefully this is it. See, in the videos that I watched, they didn't show you how to get from place to place. It was just like, yeah, we're going here now. Okay, I'm still part of B. Alright, now I'm in here. Come on. Get him. Which way is he facing? Crap. Trying to stay on his back. So I think this is the one where you're supposed to let the tank grab all of the moves. I don't know. Yay. Alright, I'll use the teleporter. I didn't see one on the last thing. Boy, these guys are unforgiving. I didn't get jack from that last boss, so that's kind of interesting. I can get the balloon is what I'm trying to get. we got all the bombs. Yay. I can tell you that having run this is the first time I'm seeing this, and so it's kind of like, damn guys, can anyone like provide any info, or is it just every person for themselves, I guess? One of these guys again. Oh, ouch. Oh, this again? Oh, I should have. All right. Yeah, I deserve. I deserve to be dead on that one. Did I die again? No, lost it. Alright, I forgot. That one dropped stones and I didn't get a stone over my head. I forgot about that. Crap. Alright. Is that the final boss though? I don't remember. I think it is. So I died twice. That's like, okay. Did I finish it? That's the question. Oh, this is a big dude. Who the hell is this? This must be the final boss, huh? These guys aren't waiting for the stuff, you know, they're just going. Everyone's running. Crap. Sprint. Shit. Ha! Oh, okay. Oh, accept. Yeah. Get out of there. Eek. Get a couple of hits in. You call that a labyrinth? I don't call that running the raid either, so. Oh, God. Oh. I am the only party member, and I didn't get anything out of that. I got... Alright. I don't think I got anything useful out of that. I might have gotten a pair of boots. I'm going to have to check. We'll see what this looks like. Oh there, Chad. You're still fucking alive? What's your issue? Very impressive, I must say. No, it isn't. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes of people that don't want to have you in their raid party. Oh, God, yes. Okay. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. Oh, God. Okay, whatever. The scale of the structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. Okay. According to the findings of my Baldazian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect this and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. All I know is I got through this, right? Okay. Now, what are the tower's inner defenses? Judging by the haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. No, I died 3 times. Oh. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Oh, yeah, that's the curved sword, right. Yes, that will have been Fellegaton, not Archeron. Fellegaton. He was a hero of the Alagon Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? I am a historian and a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Alagon Empire. Okay, so he knows about the Alagons. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Alagons' extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this. Thanks, Biggs. Save me, please. Oh, God. Crystal Tower and a skylight. Well, well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? Another raid? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. You almost weren't, trust me. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Connox find for the present, and then plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way yet to go. We'll see if I've opened the quest, because... Alright, entered... Yes, I did enter. Speak with... Konichiwa's find... I don't know where that is. Oh, okay, back... I gotta go back through the labyrinth stuff there. Okay, where... This is back. Porter settlement. It's not... I can't... Alright, I just gotta walk... I gotta go back. Nope, not that way. Can I can take a mount? Good. But I can't really fly. I gotta, like, go this way. Okay. I think there's a bunch of guys that you have to go through in order to get out of here. They'll probably beat on me. If I took enough damage, then it'll hurt. Nope, don't fall. Just... Yeah, that would be stupid. Can I get out here? Yes. Leave the 8 sentinels. And now I'm going to be in an area where there's like... Yeah, see these guys? They want my face. So I got to go kick their ass first. I could have left them. But I guess the question is why. Alright, now I can go. I should be able to get on my mount again. Got some more of these guys. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, they're leaving me alone now? Alright, and this is where I need to be. I'm going to take a real quick break, and I will be back in a flash. Hang in there. Hey guys, I'm back. So yeah, obviously I haven't raided in a while, so that was like exciting. I also noticed that my YouTube channel is not broadcasting for whatever reason, so I need to check a bunch of stuff. Yeah, anyway, it is what it is. So we're just on one channel, and yeah. Anyway, Graha Tia says, so good of you to join us, Chad. We've been waiting. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. No, I died 3 times. How's that? Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. And the quest is completed. All right, and I guess I got to talk to him again. So, for prosperity, is ready to address the assembled Fellowship of Noah, and we got materia that I would collect. And I say, okay. Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambros will be presiding over the meeting. If you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. All right, go ahead and yak at me. Welcome back, Chad. I have been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. That's what you think. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. Let's see. Battle Dance. Tenacity? No. Skill Speed +4. Spell Speed. Okay, Skill Speed is what I would use. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Chad's account, the labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, this report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allegan technology. And Sid says, in short, our misgivings were well-founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth. It was somehow been awoken, or reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanism to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. Oh, really? Still? Again? A task rather easier said than done if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as Dag figures out how to raid again. As such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses have been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Of course it would. Don't forget about us. Okay, Wedge. And Biggs also. It's like you said, Chief, we found the ironworks to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons. And that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you are ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll be doing nothing of the sort, Garaha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. Yeah. Sorry, kid. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Chad. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one of your innate talents, however hard as I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit if our frequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of what that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allagan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the task at hand, that our next expedition may begin all sooner. Meeting adjourned. And of course he wants minutes and the treasurer's report and all that on his desk before morning. Who's this dude? Oh, he's an Allagan, obviously. Looking around going, huh, such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I am beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. This is an outlandish man. So this is the legacy the Allagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting atop the tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. And I take off my mask and... Oh! I believe the fates had conspired... Nero! Oh, Nero's back. Okay. All right. Conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem that they are greater destiny in mind for me. Okay. Whatever, dude. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. Hee. Nice smile. Oh. Okay. Now what? Rambrose, what does he have to say? Cirrus Tower hit the Hippogriff small talk. Okay. Let me quickly swap over to my main scenario thing. See, I've done a bunch of this stuff. So what I'm trying to get to is down here, and I don't know. See, this is one of the things that drives me nuts about the game is the breadcrumbs are a little lacking. So I know that I am frozen out of the current or moving forward. So I'm going to say nothing for the moment and see if I can't go back, because I think that I've got a main quest over in the other area, or over in the... I gotta go talk to Menophilia. I think that's where I need to be. So we're gonna go check that out right now. Meanwhile, back in the Toll. Wrong side of everything, like usual. Where? Over here. There we go. I just came from there. It's not the Chocobo. I don't need to talk to Slathborn. I need to go in here. There we are. Okay. Yep. And there's the Rising Stone. Yes. Now, if everything works the way I think it's supposed to... Oh, man. It still shows it's locked. What do I have to do now? Do I have to do another frickin' raid? Yeah, it's still locked. Well, shit. A time to every purpose. Yes, what do I have to do? In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. It doesn't say which ones you have to finish. Alright, well, I guess we keep going. Leave the solar. Back over to the dude, Rambo, or whatever his name is. Now, this is disappointing in that I've not been bothered by the gating process until now. Because you get into, when you're doing dungeons where there's like 4 of you, people are a little bit more forgiving of people who are brand new and don't know what the hell they're doing. Time to every purpose, insulted intelligence. But that's gated. I can't do it. That's that one. So I need to go back here. Right. So yeah. Anyway, I'm a little more than annoyed with the fact that they didn't work on this process a little better than they have. It's like, oh, we're just going to throw everybody into doing raiding, and if you don't want to go any further, then you're screwed. Because that's kind of the way it is right now. It's like, if you don't raid, then yeah, too bad. So we're going to make you raid. And it's like, what if you don't want to raid? I mean, that's a serious question. A lot of games have allowed for that, to not have to raid. Alright, Rambros is frustrated over Noah's lack of progress on the Crystal Tower. Yeah, no kidding. So what's he gonna say? Yeah, Kitty Boy's not doing very well there. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Yeah, because I'd like to move on with this damn game. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there's nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day bring new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spires, Cirrus Tower, the Allagans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. Who is we? And you are? 2 new people. Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Unai, and my companion is Daga. Daga Unai. Okay. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization sent by the students of Badessian to assist in your endeavor. Oh, cool. Okay. Some university people. Great. Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. Unai and Daga. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of Val, I shall think that we have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. And he's having a migraine. What is it, Graha? Garaha. 'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allegan eye as well? The sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allegans, yet I inherited it from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of the manifestation, and there is aught you know. I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Allag. Allag? As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come to here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. I like his outfit. His duds are cool. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. And it didn't look like they objected at all. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unai and Daga, advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Cirrus Tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. Chad, I should be obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Chad, with Unai and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion. I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Okay. And I'm supposed to speak with Biggs at the 8 Sentinels to be taken to the circus tower. Circus? Yeah, it could be circus. You never know. It's a circus out there. Alright, so we're going to go this way. Hopefully I can get there. No, I can't. Crap. Alright, I gotta go through the holes again. Am I gonna have 3 guys? Yep. Okay, fine. Excuse me. Now I can go in. I think that's where I was supposed to be, right? Yep. Back up the hill. So I wonder how far you have to get in order to be able to move forward with this. But I guess, I don't know. We'll find out. The guide that I'm looking at on that particular website, this is the console game wikis is what I'm looking at, or wiki.com. consolegameswiki.com. So it has one for Final Fantasy XIV, and it has under patch 2.55. We are, let's see, insulted in a time for every purpose. A time for every... So I'm stuck here. The least among us. This is the next... I've got 4 quests in order to get to Heaven's Word, and I'm stuck doing this other side stuff. So that's kind of what's disappointing. It's like, I'd like to be able to finish this if possible. Well, if it isn't Chad, of course you expected to see me. Eager to enter Circus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. Yes. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather no going for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. And here we go. Another dungeon? I need to look and see if I got any gear that is an upgrade for me. I'm not sure I did, but maybe I did. Usually raid gear, I mean, when you're doing stuff like this, raid gear is better than dungeon gear, is better than the quest stuff, so we'll see. Some old faces to lift the spirit and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Unai and Doga, and they are scholars of ancient Alog. Sent here by our friends of Baldazian to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attires ought to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. Because glittery means success. Of course. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Circus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make any less effective a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman, collectively, or respectant. Allegan royalty by my judgment. Okay, yeah, so here's a woman and here's a man. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose, like it or not, as it is purely decorative. And they look at each other, and they do the mind meld. So they must know how to open. If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Thank you, Anai. Doga says, indeed. Why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? Now the gate opens. I was expecting the gate to like swing open, but no, it's like retracting doors. Okay. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. Well, yeah, me neither, but okay. 7 hells, what is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those royal blood answerable, exactly as passed down through legend I am delighted to see. Is he wearing his mask? Probably not. Maybe he is. Oh, different guy. No, same one. Same dude. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Yeah, Nero. Nero? You're still alive? Garland, if I hadn't known, if I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land, Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, so I decided to come here and join you. How nice of him. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? Why, yes, he does. If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Alog's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these two are descended from Alagan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. But to put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Alagan ingenuity. Oh, okay. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? They've been cloned. It would seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wished to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it pleases you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. What's that smile for? Okay, I guess very well. Seven hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland. You know me better than that to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? Here, I just happen to have this gift in my pocket. An Alagan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Yeah, that's kind of like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. All right, so we've got taken to the tower. So let's see where we are now. If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader Rambrose may wish to be present. So I guess we got to wait for Rambrose now, huh? Yeah, let's not have to go through this again, please. And Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you, but we did. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldezian. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through Allagan technology. This is rather a lot to take in. Thank you, Rambros. I was thinking the same thing, dude. If it would not be considered unseemly, I might ask you why you and yours were created, and more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do? Answering your questions requires that we revisit Allagan history. Pray bear with us. Oh, here we go. The Allagan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. Page 1. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as a symbol of Allagan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. The prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. The decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, Allagan civilization became a pale shadows of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Allag to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than his founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zande? Zande? None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unai and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allagan empires named Zande, and it is commonly believed the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. I think that the two were in fact one and the same. To think. Zande returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more, and true to Amon's prediction, the emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. With that, he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allagan dominion, and an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Zande turned his sights toward a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness again? Seven hells, what is it with this megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Well, he might, you never know, he might come back. With that, you were right, Master Garland. Ooh, like I called it. He's back! Alas, Emperor Zande is very much alive. Within Cirrus Tower, he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. So the dude's still here. Amazing. Wielding the power of darkness requires a prodigious amount of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high, it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Zande's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state, they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. And let me guess, the time is nigh. Eras came and went after millennia lying dormant. Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the seventh umbral calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower reemerged. At that moment, Emperor Xande awakened, and there he is sitting on his throne. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupted influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. And what do I have to do with this? 'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Xande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Unai and Doga. Fearing that might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, and that we might carry on their mission should they fail. Obviously, they failed. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action, concluding that we alone could not overcome Xande. We struck out to find a worthy ally. It was taken years, but our search is finally over. Chad! Oh, 'tis no ordinary man that you can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. Come on, really? Okay. With you as our champion, Chad Fist, we are confident that we can end Xande's dark ambition once and for all. Chad agrees. He's going to throw me to the wolves. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Valdesians among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what will we do, Chad? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens that you're an expert at saving it. I say, screw it, let it go. Oh, obviously, I've decided that we're going to go forward. What an idiot. You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see Allagan's empire's dark past laid to rest. Okay. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization, but what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relic can compare to our friends Unai and Doga, living, breathing Allagans. I so hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Circus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Chad, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Xande himself. Oh, you stupid idiot. Okay. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Circus Tower from the outside world. To work, then. Oh, but let me guess. Nero has something to say about it. Oh, no. Nero's going to go with everybody and... Okay. Wait, there is something I must know. My right eye is like yours. What does this mean? You're a clone. Maybe. You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. Ah, okay. He's not a clone. The Allagan Eye, you called it, but to us it is the Royal Eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessing royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it is a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Now, if I'd known any of the storyline, I would have made Chad with one red eye, an Allegan eye, right? That would have been interesting. Okay. So, I'm going to take another quick break. I will be back shortly. Hang in there. All right. Let's try talking. So people can hear me. There's a bunch of stuff not working on my stream today, and so I apologize if you're watching and I don't know that you're watching, because I usually have a little symbol up here that tells me how many people are on the screen watching and stuff, and right now it would show 0 if there was no one watching. So I don't know whether you're on or not, and it just is the way it is. So anyway, I'll figure that out. Probably something broke with the add-on. All right, let's go talk to Grahatia and see what's up with him. Oh, damn it, I forgot to check my gear again. All right, Yamada. My apologies if I've given you cause to worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there have been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Circus Tower awaits us. And they say, yes, go. Go forth and get your teeth knocked out again. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zande himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Okay. Am I supposed to go through this tower by myself then? Or is it like a... Oh, Duty Finder has been updated with a new regular duty. Oh, woohoo. Alright, so let's see what kind of... Let's see if... Can I do this duty? I'm not doing that one. Duty support? No. Okay, how do I get back? I'm not doing Keeper of the Lake. I've already done those. I've already done all this. All these I've done. Is there other stuff that I can do? Duty find. There we go. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Enter Circus Tower. Alright, so is this another raid? Crap. Oh, I have absolutely no clue whatsoever what this is about. With the aid of new comrades, Unai and Doga, the companions succeed in opening the gate whose workings had baffled even the brightest minds among us. Upon learning that dark forces have awakened within, the Fellowship decides to suspend its investigative effort in favor of sealing off the tower. You must fight your way to the apex and defeat the resurrected Emperor Zande, that Eorzea might be free of all its consuming ambition. 1 to 8 players. 3 parties. Oh, no. It is a raid. Okay. So I'm a little worried because I have nothing more to talk about today. Honestly, I've already given my speech. Well, let's see how long this is going to take. And 5 minutes. Okay, so while I'm sitting here, let's see about my gear. Any recommended gear? I got nothing. So yeah, that's what I was saying. In the raid, I got not a squat. Not anything. That's pain Too bad. All right. So we'll see. Now, this one I'm completely blind on. I have absolutely no idea what this is about. So I'm a little worried. Well, I'm more than worried about this because I had no idea there was another raid to have to go through. All right. Now I'm 6 minutes out. So I'll tell you what, I am going to cancel this because this is just, if I can, hello. I got to bring up the duty finder again. Here, duty. And yeah, I'm going to withdraw. All right. So part of my stream was experimenting whether or not I should do a raid online. And I've got a lot of stuff going on outside of the stream today. I've got a couple contractors calling me. Yeah, we've got some other stuff that needs to be taken care of. So I got to go do some adulting this afternoon, which is like not my favorite thing to do, but I'm going to probably have to do that. Anyway, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to tackle this raid offline because while it is interesting to watch me, the problem is I haven't looked to see what it's about or anything. I haven't repaired my gear. Yeah, I need to see if it's even doable or, how to go about doing it. So I think I'm going to call it for the day. And I appreciate your guys' patience while everything breaks on my screen and all of that. But hey, you got a good laugh out of watching me kill myself in my first raid in Final Fantasy. So that's the way it goes. If I don't see you before the next time I see you, have a good day. Have a good afternoon. Have a wonderful evening. Love you all. Thanks for stopping by, and I shall see you soon. Bye now.